Well, hello there everybody. I just wanted to make this quick video just to talk about what it is really like to live full-time in a motorhome in the UK. Just to be clear though, we've lived in a caravan and now a motorhome since March in 2016, and we've really loved every day of it, every minute. It's really been great, very liberating to get out of the sort of standard everyday rat race and travel around a bit more and see a bit more of the country. You know, back in early 2016, we sort of had this idea after sort of quite a few years of being sort of bound to looking after family and you know, trying to earn money and so on, just trying to get by, that you know, when we were able to, we just immediately bought a caravan and started traveling without any thought of what would come next. We put our property on the market to sell it and thought that would sell pretty quickly. It didn't. It took about 18 months to sell, and has only sold quite recently over the last couple of months and completed. So we got into sort of traveling around the UK, living on, you know, savings and some borrowed monies, an interest-free loan that we had through a credit card and so on. So, you know, we got by and we earned a bit of money with me doing bits and pieces of work for clients way back down in Brighton, doing sort of internet marketing, search engine optimization and building websites. But what's it really like to make that massive move? And I'm just giving you my sort of personal view here. First of all, massively difficult to downsize into such a tiny space when you've been used to living in 2 and 3 bedroom houses and flats forever. Downsizing, get rid of stuff is so difficult. It's emotionally draining, and you know, Wendy and I had a real sort of conflict over it. You know, she wanted to get rid of some stuff, I wanted to keep that. I wanted to get rid of some stuff she wanted to keep, and it was like, you know, we ended up getting rid of, selling, giving to charity most of our possessions. We keep a few because we've got some future plans. We keep a few things in some storage boxes at my sister's house. Thanks very much, Jill and Dave, for that. Really appreciate that. And we now have, I mean, because of our lack of planning of doing anything going forward, and really because we lived a bit free and easy over the last year in 2016, we needed to earn some money. So first of all, we volunteered for the Caravan Club at a site on the Surrey-Sussex border called Slinfold, and that was very good. We really enjoyed that time, and that set us up. And you know, Caravan Club gave us training on safe use of equipment at work, on how to greet people, you know, all those, and some training on sort of customer service as well, how to deal with people that maybe weren't complying to the site rules and things like that. You know, how to be wardens. So we appreciate that. However, you know, the Caravan Club thing probably wasn't for us. And we sort of started to look around for work in that same vein, but in other areas. And we landed a 2.5 day a week part-time job, which is where we're at now, on a caravan site in the northwest of England near Chester. Now, we are pretty sort of protected, if you like, in terms of the way we live, because I'm filming this in our 3 metre by 4.5 metre awning. I've got the motorhome over here, which is our living and sleeping space, and we've got what we call our field kitchen over there. But let's get into what it's like when you don't have this, when you don't have the central base, when you have nowhere to, quotes, go back to, and you've got to keep on travelling. Well, because that's what we're going to end up doing. I think it's always nice to have a sort of base to go back to, and that base is pretty much, once again, thanks to Jill and Dave, we have a room at their house whenever we need it, so that's great, and we really appreciate that. So that's what we call our base. We're also going to be maybe buying a narrowboat, which we'll park up during the winter here and use during the summer, so we can call that our sort of base as well. But when you're traveling around, you don't have all of the standard comforts that you might want or need. For instance, when we've been traveling around, internet access is massively difficult, or that's the way we found it. I went in for the 4G sort of mobile dongle internet access, which is great for download, not so great for upload. When you're uploading a video every day, it's really hard. We haven't looked into the sort of Wi-Fi extender thing, but we'll be doing that. We don't have the big space where we can store things. We have to keep everything in the van, and that's why we went for a van with a huge garage. So you don't have that. If you're looking to do anything outside of a standard caravan site where you don't have electric hookup, then you've got to think about things like, well, how are you going to generate enough power to keep your batteries going? How are you going to keep things charged up? And and there's a lot of battery power on board here. We've got like 200 amp hours of battery, which can charge up a lot of stuff. And then if it really does get low, we can just start the engine on the van or drive it a bit, and it will charge back up. There's a solar panel on the roof as well. So there's all those sort of considerations that when you're not doing it full time sort of come to mind, and think, well, how are we going to do that? So I think for the moment we are pretty well sort of protected in this sort of caravan site environment, where we are wardens and we get this free pitch to live on. But we are now, we've bought, you will have seen in the last video that we've just celebrated a month in Jasmine Mire, and we're getting on with it very well, but there's still a lot of downsizing to do in terms of the things we want to take with us all of the time. And that, I think, is going to be another sort of massive conflict for us in terms of what we're going to keep, what we're going to get rid of. Now today I'm expecting a new tool bag to be delivered from Amazon. I keep a massive chest of all sorts of different tools and equipment and bits and pieces. That's all going to be downsized into a bag that is sort of has a footprint of about an A3 sheet of paper, so double A4, maybe a bit slimmer than that. It's 35 centimeters long by about 20 centimeters wide, and maybe about 25 centimeters tall, which will fit in one of our cupboards. So that's going to be not a problem, but I'm gonna have some emotional stuff, because some of those tools I've had for 30 years and it's going to be difficult. But the main thing is that we love the freedom of living full-time in a motorhome. It does offer massive freedom, and if you are thinking about living full-time in a motorhome or a caravan, just try it out. You will love it. I would recommend that maybe you wait at least 3 months before you really do get rid of everything and sell up, if that's what you're thinking about doing. Wait 3 months and travel for 3 months. You'll get really used to it within that period. Try it out. It really is a wonderful way to live. Anyway, that's my view on where we are and what we're doing in the full-time motorhome life story. I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Bye bye for now.